5 people coming to Agora Club, presenting speeches on the improvement. I want to find out how many people know about the Agora training program. Nobody knows, right? You come to Agora every month doing something. Do you know that there's a structured roadmap for your training in Agora Speakers International? No. Don't know, right? Do you know that you can earn certificates from completing different segments of the Agora training program? No. But lucky for you, tonight, at least we got one person who knew. The whole of Singapore, nobody knows. We come here. No. Even I don't know. Okay, but there's one person who knows. And he has made a lot of effort to prepare and is speaking for the first time. He's going to share with you the Agora Speakers International Roadmap. Let us welcome none other than Daniel Kwok.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, okay, boys and girls, okay, so as explained, there's Agora roadmap. I didn't actually know about this until last week. But anyway, okay, so regarding the Agora roadmap, yeah. So it's a roadmap, right? So to have a roadmap, like on every map, you have to know where you're headed first. So where is it headed? The Agora roadmap is kind of a course to help you build confidence, better personal brand image, more effective leadership and communication, successful sales, and performance. And oh wow. Okay. So next, so we know where we're going. So how are we going to get there? Through a series of projects. Okay. So with the projects, you can set your own. The thing with these projects is that it's not a set schedule. Wherever you want to go forward, you can just go forward. Whenever you want to go forward, you can even go back to previous projects that you've done. So the projects of this Agora roadmap is split into 4 main modules. First, we have the initial project or introductions. We have the basic parts. We have your advanced parts, and finally, leadership branch. Yeah. So the next question is, what is in these modules? Okay, so first off with the initial projects, we have time report, which is basically it's a practice on timing. Second of all, we have the filler words report, which is filler words and the long pauses that I've been making this week so far. Okay, then we speak about what you like, which is to help you be more comfortable with speaking in the first place. And finally, there's who are you? Like, what is your speaking style? Everybody has a different speaking style. And the Agora program is supposed to be tailored to the individual rather than a specific structured style. So next one, we have the basic path, which has split into 3 sections. Number 1, the basics of speaking, which is your speech, your posture, and your body language. All the basics of speaking. Second of all, basic club skills, which talks about you have different roles in the club. There's the grammarian, there's the timer, evaluators, and
master ceremony.
And the meeting facilitator, host, and listening evaluator, which is also optional, but it's one of the rules there. And finally, we have speaking techniques, which is interesting because other than the modules it offers, it will lead to the advanced parts. It leads to the advanced parts. So, in the advanced part, there are two basic advanced parts that are available straight up. For one, there's the speaking in business, and then there's interpersonal skills, which is talking from person to person. But there's the other branches are more interesting because they are linked to your basic parts. During the basic part, there are certain projects that you can do that leads to the advanced parts. For example, dramatization is linked to stage presence in the basic part. So you take up the stage presence project in the basic part and it leads to dramatization in the advanced part. And finally, after you've done all the advanced parts, some of them will lead to the leadership branch, which requires persuasive speaking in business and interpersonal skills in the advanced part. And basically,
That's all.
leadership. Yeah. Okay, so after all that, yes, there are certificates.
Yeah.
Yay! Finally, after all this nonsense. Yeah, there are certificates, and as you can see, there's this one. The upper left corner, they told me that you can put in any club, so I put in the club there. Okay. So yeah, and also you can see the name is Albert Einstein, so congratulations. Okay, so after
Can I
that,
have my first certificate?
Yeah, you can.
okay, so after that is
Next slide.
next slide. Okay, so the certificates depend on what you've accomplished in the Agora. Makes sense.
Qualified speaker.
So yeah, first one, if you finish the basic communication part, you have the qualified speaker certificate. Then you finish any of the advanced parts, you have the accomplished speaker certificates. There's a total of 8 advanced parts, so you have up to 8 of them. And finally, there's the accomplished communicator, which is the most prestigious of the certificates, which is after you complete the leadership part. And that's the end of it. So to sum up, the Agora roadmap composes of one basic path, and then it splits into different modules, different branches, the advanced paths that you can look into for your different purposes. And that concludes it.
Thank you. Well done, Daniel. I'm very proud of you. This is the first time he's giving a prepared speech in front of the audience. He had taken him many hours to research and prepare, and I felt he's done a tremendous job. Well done. Of course, everyone can improve. And to share his observation of which part is very good, that we can all learn from Daniel and which part can be improved. We have none other than my eldest son, Pei Chong-Lin.
Okay, hi everyone. So Daniel has given us an informative speech on how this Agora works out. So I think many of you here are not your first time. So, and like how my dad is introduced his speech, many of us are not aware that this even exists. Is that right? They're not aware? Not aware, right? So I think Daniel has did a good job in informing us that yes, there is something that we can do, not just come here to present every 2 weeks or so. There's something we can gain out, more than what we are already gaining. So let's start off with the slides. So the slides are informative, yes. I would say a little bit too informative. Some of the slides are very loaded with information. There are many words. So if it's possible, instead of putting the 4 branches on one slide, you could have one slide each. That way your text also you can make it bigger, catch more attention, people can see from the back. Yeah, and then they don't get distracted by the other 3, so you can focus one by one. One more thing is that you keep referring to your slides. I think you're a bit too dependent on them. Next time, maybe have better rehearsal or prepare some flashcards so that you don't have to refer behind and turn your back to the audience. So, in relation to that, you are also carrying quite a few pieces of paper. It's better to either make it smaller or, if possible, not have any at all. So, good to cut that out in the future. Also, since you go through the roadmap of this whole Agora process, is that you stop on certain basic skills. Maybe you can demonstrate a few of them so that the audience can relate to what is going on. Like the pause pillars, like the arm, like you said, that was like one example. Maybe certain advanced skills or other stuff you can also bring up. So, I think the main point that you highlighted is, yes, there are certificates, that was your conclusion. So, let's say every few weeks we come, what can we do with the certificates? Give us something, a little bit more motivation. Although yes, we can get it, yeah, it's available. What can we do? Like, oh yes, with this certificate we can get a job or something along those lines. Give us a bit more push. Yeah, so yeah, overall I think you did a good job. I think we're all very aware now, right? Okay, yeah.